What's good, guys? It's Lord Punk here. Welcome back to another video, and today we'll be going over some news from Mafia the Old Country. But before we get into things, I wanted to talk about a company I know you guys will be very excited about. As you guys know, I've been working with 4D Gaming for a while now, and to help celebrate, we are running a special 15% off for the month of September. In case you don't know about 4D Gaming, get prepared to take your gaming setup to the next level. Engineered with the highest quality materials and the thickest mousepad you will ever find, these mousepads deliver unmatched comfort and durability for even the most intense gaming sessions. Each pad is designed alongside top pro players and content creators to ensure you get the best possible experience. Upgrade your setup with the link below, and remember Lord Punk for 15% off for the month of September. Now let's hop into the video. In the realm of video games, few franchises have captured the gritty underbelly of organized crime with the same intensity and narrative depth as the Mafia series. Spanning over 2 decades, this critically acclaimed franchise has taken players on a thrilling journey through various eras of crime, from the Prohibition era of the 1930s to the civil rights movements of the 1960s. Now, in a highly anticipated return to its roots, 2K and Hangar 13 have officially announced Mafia the Old Country, set for release in 2025. This latest entry promises to delve even deeper into the origins of the Mafia, transporting players to the dangerous and treacherous underworld of the early 1900s Sicily. Since its inception in 2002, the Mafia franchise has carved out a niche in the gaming world, offering players a unique blend of action-adventure gameplay and richly detailed, historically accurate narratives. The original Mafia game introduced players to the life of Tommy Angelo, a cab driver turned reluctant mobster. The game was set in the fictional city of Lost Haven during the 1930s. It was a game that stood out for its commitment to realism with the period-appropriate cars, weapons, and architecture, as well as a storyline that wouldn't have been out of place in a classic gangster film. The success of the first game led to the release of Mafia 2 in 2010, which expanded the scope of the series, setting its story in the post-World War II era, and focusing on the rise and fall of Vito Scaletta. The sequel continued to build on the strengths of its predecessor, offering a more detailed world and a more personal story that explored themes of loyalty, betrayal, and the American dream. Mafia 3, released in 2016, took a bold new direction, setting its story in the 1960s and introducing players to a Lincoln Clay, a Vietnam War veteran seeking revenge against the Italian mob in the fictional city of New Bordeaux. While the game received praise for its ambitious story and strong character development, it also faced criticism for its repetitive gameplay and technical issues. Despite these flaws, Mafia 3 continued the series' tradition of delivering powerful cinematic narratives that resonated with players. With the announcement of Mafia the Old Country, it's clear that Hangar 13 is committed to taking the franchise back to its roots while also exploring new territory. The decision to set the game in the early 1900s Sicily is a bold one, offering a fresh perspective on the origins of organized crime and the rise of the Mafia as a global power. Mafia the Old Country promises to be a departure from a more modern setting of the previous games, taking players back to a time and place where the seeds of organized crime were first sown. Set in Sicily during the early 1900s, the game will explore the brutal and unforgiving world of the Sicilian Mafia, a world where power, loyalty, and violence were the only currencies that mattered. The teaser trailer for Mafia the Old Country, unveiled at Gamescom 2024, offers a tantalizing glimpse of what's to come. The 62-second clip is packed with cinematic shots that showcase the stunning landscapes of Sicily, from its picturesque countryside to its bustling towns and cities. The narration hints at a story steeped in tradition and betrayal, with characters who are bound by blood and honor, but who are also willing to kill to protect their interests. While the trailer doesn't reveal much in the way of gameplay, it's clear that Hangar 13 is aiming to deliver an experience that is both authentic and immersive. The developers have promised a deep, linear narrative that will appeal to fans of the classic mob movie genre, with a focus on storytelling and character development. This is a welcome return to the formula that made the original Mafia games such a success, and is a sure way to please longtime fans of the series. The decision to set Mafia the Old Country in Sicily during the early 1900s is an inspired one. This was a time of great change and upheaval in Sicily, as the island's economy was transitioning from agriculture to industry, and the Mafia was beginning to assert its dominance over the local population. The game is likely to explore the complex social and political landscape of the time, as well as the brutal methods that the Mafia used to maintain control. Sicily is a land of contrasts, with its stunning natural beauty and rich cultural heritage standing in stark contrast to the violence and corruption that have plagued the island for centuries. Mafia the Old Country is sure to capture this duality, offering players a world that is both beautiful and deadly. From the narrow winding streets of the island's ancient towns to the rugged, mountainous countryside, the game's setting will be as much of a character as the people who inhabit it. The early 1900s were also a time of great migration, as many Sicilians left the island in search of a better life in America. This theme of migration and the connection between the old world and the new is likely to play a significant role in the game's stories, as players explore the roots of the Mafia and its eventual spread to the United States. At the heart of Mafia: The Old Country will be its story, a tale of power, loyalty, and betrayal that is sure to resonate with fans of the franchise. While details about the plot are still under wraps, it's clear that the game will explore the origins of organized crime in Sicily, offering players a glimpse into the world where violence and corruption were the norm. The game's focus on a linear narrative is a welcoming return to form for the franchise, which has always been at its best when telling tightly focused, character-driven stories. And in an era where many games are embracing open-world design and branching storylines, Mafia: The Old Country is doubling down on what made the original Mafia games so compelling: a strong, central narrative that keeps players engaged from start to finish. One of the most intriguing aspects of the game's story is the possibility of exploring the origins of the Salieri family, a key player in the original Mafia game. While it's not yet clear whether Don Salieri or other familiar characters will make an appearance, the game's setting and focus on the early days of the Mafia suggests that we may see some familiar faces, or at least learn more about their backstory. As we await further details about Mafia: The Old Country, there's plenty of reason to be excited about this latest entry in the Mafia franchise. With its rich setting, focus on storytelling, and return to the franchise roots, the game has the potential to be one of the standout releases of 2025. The Mafia series has always been known for its commitment to authenticity, and Mafia: The Old Country looks to be no exception. From the period-appropriate setting to the richly detailed world, Hangar 13 is clearly putting a lot of effort into ensuring that the game feels as true to life as possible. Of course, there are still many questions that remain unanswered. How will the game's combat and gameplay mechanics evolve in this new setting? What role will historical events play in the story? And perhaps most importantly, how will the game differentiate itself from other titles in the crowded open world and crime genres? For now, all we can do is wait and see. But if the teaser trailer and initial details are anything to go by, Mafia: The Old Country is shaping up to be a must-play game for fans of the series and anyone who loves a good mob story. With more information set to be revealed in December of 2024, the wait for this new chapter in the Mafia saga is sure to be a thrilling one. Will you be pre-ordering Mafia: The Old Country? Let me know your thoughts and what you're most excited for about in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed to have notifications on so you won't miss any upcoming videos. I've been Lord Punk, and I'll see you guys in the next one.